Drishti IAS is pleased to bring you a program Mastering Mains Answer Writing, targeting answer writing in Civil Services Mains Examination. We will be alternatively covering GS Papers 1, 2 and 3 through this program. For GS Paper 4, please watch our program Ethics Definitions and Concepts. The link for it is mentioned in the description below. The structure of this program covers a GS question as the basis for discussion, weightage of the topic from which the question is being asked, how to approach the question, how to structure your answer, writing the actual answer, and related previous year questions from the topic. Looking at the question we'll be discussing in this episode. The question is, the pattern of Indian monsoon has changed in the past decade. Discuss its impacts on the various facets of our lives. The question is on the topic Indian monsoon from the segment of Indian Geography in GS Paper 1. Over the years, the weightage of the topic has varied between 6 to 10 questions, shifting towards how to approach the question. In general, there are two things we have to understand with respect to a question. A. The underlying theme of the question, and B. What is being asked about that theme. Now let's consider the above question. The underlying theme of the above question is Indian monsoon. About this theme, two things are being asked: its changing pattern and the impact on life. Another important step in framing your approach to answer any question is to understand the command word. The command word of this question, discuss, requires a broadly covered and an all-encompassing answer highlighting positive and negative aspects of the theme. Solutions and remedies can also be suggested. Moving towards how to structure the answer. The first part of the answer will be introduction of the answer, which will include a brief description of the term monsoon and its importance. The second part of the answer, that is the body of the answer, will cover how the pattern of the monsoon has changed over the years, possible reasons of the changing pattern, and importance as well as impact of monsoon. Lastly, in our conclusion, we will sum up our answer by highlighting the steps taken by the government to mitigate the impact of the changing nature of monsoon. Shifting focus to the actual answer writing. The answer provided here is a representative answer. That is, how the actual answer may look like. It can be adapted or modified as per your own natural style of writing, whether paragraph form or short sentences or bullets or diagrams. We have also taken certain liberties with the word limit by including certain additional information in the answer for your comprehensive understanding. Let's take a look at the answer. The term monsoon has been derived from the Arabic word mausim, meaning season. It marks the seasonal reversal of winds. In India, two patterns of this reversal of winds is observed. Number 1, southwest monsoon. In summers, due to the presence of a low pressure area over northwestern India and the northern movement of the Intertropical Convergence Zone or the ITCZ, the trade winds of the southern hemisphere cross the equator and start blowing from southwest to northeast due to the Coriolis force. Northeast monsoon. In winters, the ITCZ moves southward, and so the reversal of winds from northeast to south and southwest takes place. Changing pattern of Indian monsoon. Over the past few years, the nature of Indian monsoon has become erratic. Rainfall arrival, intensity, duration, frequency, and spatial distribution have significantly undergone change in the past decade or two. According to the Economic Survey 2017-18, average annual rainfall in India has declined by about 86 mm over the last 3 decades. While on one side, India witnesses floods in the northwest and northeast, there is rainfall deficit in the south. Extreme rainfall events such as heavy downpour over a short span of time have increased threefold over the last few years and now extend over all of central India, from Gujarat to Orissa. Moreover, the extreme events themselves are intensifying over time. The monsoon lasts for shorter duration, compressing the Indian monsoon. The interspersed breaks in the monsoon have increased, resulting in larger dry periods in the monsoon itself as well as lower mean rainfall. Possible reasons of changing pattern. The variability in the Indian monsoon pattern is associated with weakening monsoon wind circulation and a decrease in the number of monsoon depressions from the Bay of Bengal. The increase in rainfall is also partially due to climate change. Increased global warming leads to warmer climate and the warm air can hold more water. Increased warming north of the Arabian Sea leads to surges of moisture supply being transported across the entire central Indian belt, leading to extreme rain events. Other changes to the amount of rainfall may be caused by air pollution due to increase in anthropogenic aerosols such as black carbon or soot, which simultaneously absorb and heat the surrounding air and prevent clouds from forming. The onset of the monsoon is often delayed depending on the corresponding El Niño period. Importance and impact of Indian monsoon. Agriculture. About 64% of the Indian population depends on agriculture for their livelihood, which is dependent on the southwest monsoon. Indian monsoon plays a vital role in India's attempt to achieve food security, as around 50% of India's total food output comes in the form of summer crops. Monsoon is critical to replenish more than 80 reservoirs necessary for power generation, irrigation, and drinking. Fishing sector. Too much rainfall and overly strong winds can make coastal waters unsafe, preventing fishermen throughout South Asia from heading to sea to catch the fish they depend on for income. Health hazards. During summer monsoon, diseases like cholera, dengue, chikungunya, and malaria, as well as stomach and eye infections, can become prevalent. Economic impact. A poor or delayed monsoon can have a rippling effect on India's economy and growth by causing supply issues, accelerating food inflation, forcing the government to spend on import of food as well as take measures like farm loan waivers. On the other hand, a good monsoon season results in higher farm output, boosting demand for consumer goods as well as income of rural people, leading to a stronger economic outlook. Monsoon regime emphasizes the unity of India with the rest of Southeast Asian region. Water crisis. The changing pattern of monsoon can result in water crisis with water demand increasing by a factor of 2 in 2030, which could result in economic losses of an estimated 6% of GDP by 2050. Interstate water disputes. Lack of rainfall due to change in pattern can lead to escalation in interstate water disputes such as the Kaveri River dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Government programs such as the National Action Plan on Climate Change, launched in 2008, Monsoon Mission to track the course of monsoon, the recent Selfie with Sapling program launched on World Environment Day, and India as a signatory at the Paris Climate Agreement 2015 can go a long way in mitigating the adverse impact of changing pattern of monsoon. At the end, let's have a look on previous year questions. In 2018, 6 questions were asked from this topic. These questions were related to resources of Arctic region, plate tectonics, dead zones, depleting groundwater resources, blue revolution, and industrial corridors in India. In 2017, the questions were related to environmental impact of coal mining, advantages of cultivation of pulses, cryosphere, growth of cities as IT hubs, oceanic salinity, location of petroleum refineries, floods and inland navigation, as well as monsoon climate. In 2016, the questions were related to the concept of air mass, landslides, land and water resources, floods, inland water transport, and micro watershed development. In 2015, the questions were related to origin of ocean currents, air pollution, freshwater resources and water scarcity, ecological carrying capacity, Indian monsoon, and the discovery of oil in Arctic Sea. In 2014, around 10 questions were asked from this topic. These were related to the El Niño effect, fold mountain systems, formation of islands in Indonesia and Philippines, tropical cyclones, the relationship between shrinking Himalayan glaciers and climate change, tea gardens in India, green revolution, change in spatial pattern of iron and steel industry, harnessing various resources of oceans to meet resource crisis in the world, and India's place in the economic space of rising natural resource-rich Africa. In 2013, the questions asked were related to the continental drift theory, tropical cyclones, formation of heat islands, temperature inversion, location of major hot deserts in the northern hemisphere, causes for more frequent occurrence of landslides in the Himalayas, formation of deltas, locational factors of sugar mill and cotton textile industry, generation of atomic energy in India, and shale oil and gas reserves. That's all for this episode. We will see you next time with a question from GS Paper 2.